We're here with Lindsey Graham. So good to see him without his makeup on. He's a little tired. He hasn't had his racism coloring book yet today. What an innocent looking creature. Wow. And to imagine, IDF would execute this and feel nothing. Good to be here with the human potato. How sweet. He's got the demeanor of a chill weed dealer. Oh, I think he knows me from Instagram. Did you see that the Dow is up? It's not up anymore, but it was up for a little bit. And that was supposed to be the justification for, you know, all the terrible crimes happening on Epstein's Island. But now that it's not up anymore, I guess it's like kind of not even, it's kind of not worth it, right? You agree. Did you see gas is $4? Are you bothered by that? What a peaceful lifestyle. This is how we could all be if we didn't have special interest money forcing us to go to wars that we didn't want to be in. Really, everybody should be at peace if they could just pet capybaras, right? Everything could be good, but they can radicalize people in the rest of the world because it's hot outside. That's essentially all it is. We're all just products of our environment, right? You've never heard of a terrorist who grew up next to a waterfall. No, you want to know who grows up next to waterfalls? People who fund terrorism because they want more waterfalls and they couldn't trust us to take care of them. They know that they're the only ones responsible enough to take care of the waterfalls. So essentially people are radicalized because sand is annoying and it gets hot. So they just use that discomfort and turn it into hate against people for no reason because they want to have more stuff. You ever notice how the worse life gets, the stronger our weed gets? And also the worse life gets, the higher our screen time. You don't have any screen time. You just have FaceTime. You have camera time. Look at this natural star. Nothing I could ever do will be as great as you just sitting and laying down. Nature can't be wrong, right? Well, actually, nature can be wrong, but it can be wrong for the right reasons. One time I saw a bunch of birds eating like salt on the ground, and I knew it wasn't good for them, but they didn't know any better because it tasted like good food. But it was only the little birds that were eating it. The big birds weren't eating the salt because I think they knew better. So it's like you learn with experience. You could never do anything wrong. We would die for you. Yeah, that's the thing. You can bomb 1 million people in the world and nobody really cares too much, but if you hurt one hair on a dog's head in a movie, people will protest the movie. So animals are more pure than humans because animals aren't trying to, make OnlyFans accounts or whatever yet until the AI can teach them. I like the TV show Shark Tank because how long can we let that show be on TV before it's just irresponsible to let those few people own that many companies, right? That's the closest we're ever going to get to an Illuminati meeting, right? 10 years from now, it's going to be like, you see that, son? Barbara Corcoran, 7,000 companies. That's right. Bow to the TV. They can see us. Yeah, that's so funny. We all love to be so progressive, but Shark Tank is literally just like building monopolies live on TV, and we're cheering for it. We might as well just be watching billionaires buy single-family homes and root for that. Are you falling asleep? Are you ignoring me? No, you're like the sound of my voice. It's so smooth. What a princess you get to be. Wow, you just get to lay on your sweet, beautiful thing all day long and everybody worships you and praises you. This is essentially the life Trump wishes he was leading. Like this, oh, look at the ears flap, flappy ears. Do you know that Trump is sober? Doesn't that make it all like more messed up, right? Because the stuff he's doing you think would be like the kind of things a crazy drunk person would do. But he's dead sober. And he's still like, we're gonna do this terrible thing. Frankly, it makes me happy to do bad. Chooch, you're giving me nothing. You know, it seems like we have the worst punishment when we commit crimes, just like regular civilians. I think capital punishment should be reserved for people who work in the Capitol, right? It's named after them. I think the worst thing should happen to the people who are doing the crimes that affect the most people. You know, like bombing schools and stuff. Wouldn't that make sense for, my God, can you stay awake for 1 second? I'm sorry, did you not get enough stimulants today? We're gonna feed him Red Bull now. No, I'm just kidding, we love him. If you hate black people, you're racist, right? If you hate Spanish people, you're racist, right? If you hate Chinese people, you're racist, right? If you hate Jewish people, you're anti-Semitic. They have a separate word for it. Isn't that interesting that they have a whole separate word for the hate against them so they can use that to weaponize it against us? Where it's not just regular racism, it's a specific term, which is much worse than racism. Which is weird, because if you criticize Israel at all, they call you anti-Semitic, but it's like, I just don't want children to die, that's all. Is that so bad? That's like saying if you hated Hitler, you were anti-human. It's like, no, I love humans. This just happens to be a bad human. Okay, this is going to be on the test later, so don't forget this. You know, if you want to make effective art, it has to be so enjoyable that it pleases the oppressors. Because if you do something and it's good, but it's still, you know, annoying enough to the people in power, they can just scrap it and make sure nobody ever sees it. They can censor it. But if you make something that's fun for the oppressor too, then you can get your message out. You know, it's like Rage Against the Machine. They got co-opted and bought out. So it's like all these artists start with pure intentions, but then eventually they succumb to, you know, temptation, like we all do, right? Don't we all just want to be with a sweet little capybara? You're the perfect little art. You're perfect. Oh, my dream friend. I know, this is really what everyone on the world wants. We just want something that looks cute and amazing and, you know, doesn't really talk back to us. We want to be the ones who talk. And you just give us attention, kinda, and you just look perfect. Wow, what a trophy girlfriend this is. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. Because you kind of look like a combination of every animal put together. We love the shape of your face. This capybara is looks maxing now. I think it's mogging me. I think I just got frame mogged by the capybara. Oh, look at it, blue steel. I've never seen an animal so perfectly still like this before. Do you see what's going on? Look, you're going to be famous. Look, you existing is worth 1,000 of me. Isn't that great? We try so hard to make art and stuff, but then just like, you know, this cute, beautiful, big guinea pig is like 1 trillion times more valuable because you can project your feelings onto animals. Yeah, there's a bunny over there too. How about that? But yeah, are you thinking about what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just like, when can I have kale? It's like a lady in LA. Are you going to Erewhon later? When can I have my kale? America, we really don't have much left. We have like intellectual property and death. Those are our 2 biggest exports. Big Macs and bombs, you know. That's about all we have left. We're like the cool kid in high school who owns a gun. That's essentially America at this point. We're just coolness. We're just selling coolness. We're so cool we got BTS to speak English. What do you think about that? You have anything to contribute? My baby, what can I do for you? Oh, wow. A capybara eating is better than anything I've ever done. Hold on, I want to contribute. Yummy. Aw. See, this is all you need in the world, right? You just need a cute animal eating kale. It's really that simple. I would trade this over anything in the world. There you go, baby. Oh, it's perfect. Wow. Can you believe it? What a collab. How much is enough? I guess that's the question for humanity. How much is enough? Can we limit ourselves? Are you society and I'm the powers that be giving you what you want in exchange for content and entertainment? I don't know. You're so perfect. The universe is expanding in every direction. Did you know that? Did you know the universe is expanding in every direction? Good and bad. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing, because there's so much good and so much bad in the world. But with social media, we're able to see the bad as well, like we've never seen before. So in reality, there was probably worse stuff in the past, but because we have access to technology, we see all of it now. So it makes it feel like it's worse now. But it's definitely getting a little bit better, right? Like I literally couldn't do this 1 year ago, but now this is open and I get to do this and I get to have this fun experience. So you have to focus on the positives in life, like capybaras that eat kale out of your hands. Oh, do you not? Oh, you like the leaf parts more. He's like, what happened to the leaf parts? Now it's just, you just got pranked. He looks like Mr. Beast. Oh my God. Wow, what a happy baby. Up there he goes. Of course, the second you don't have the thing they want anymore, you're done. But, oh, perfect baby. It's a fair trade. I get it. You know, you got to feed the beast, literally. How do you feel about this? Is this something you'd like to invest in? Ah, yeah, we can't resist. Oh, they just get to sit on these beautiful blankets like the Sultan of Brunei. Are you getting in a hot tub later with Bill Clinton? Look at you guys. Yep, there it is. Oh, you're perfect. Did you know that? Why does everybody talk to animals like that? You're my baby. I love you so much. But yeah, we all have a voice for the animals, which is nice, because the animals don't have a voice, and we project that's what we believe they should sound like. Because they're so sweet and cute, we're like, "Ooh, baby." I bet if animals could talk, the first thing they'd say would be like, "Stop it with the fucking voice, Jesus Christ." Feeding the beautiful king. You get to have whatever you want. God's favorite little creature. And I'm not talking about my cameraman. That's what I call my cameraman off camera. God's favorite little creature. God's favorite little creature. Okay, here you go. You heard Dick Cheney died, huh? I know. Did you see that they sat Usha Vance next to a 100-year-old veteran at the State of the Union? Yeah, what is Usha Vance talking about with a 100-year-old veteran? She's like, "So, you ever drink adrenochrome?" Yeah, I'll just give you food for the punchline, so it looks like you agree. I like Uncle Sam. Do you like Uncle Sam? I like him because he's like, "I want you to join the military." But then he's wearing like a star-spangled top hat and some drag queen outfit. And he's mad. Why does he look mad? Why does Uncle Sam look mad? He's wearing a star-spangled top hat, and he's pissed. How do you be mad with a star-spangled top hat? I don't know either. See, I can project onto you what you're saying. You have to go along with whatever I'm doing, because I've got the kale. Baby, oh. You remind me of my ex. I don't know. You take this one? Good. It feels like Republicans are against hip-hop culture, but Republicans are essentially rappers, right? Bad to women, love guns, don't want to pay taxes, love Quaaludes. They're essentially rappers. I like when the president talks to people, and everyone who talks to him says, "Sir." Every story he tells, he goes, "And then they said, 'Sir.' They said, 'Sir, frankly, we're going to 5 guys. I said we could do it with 4 guys. Sir,' they come up to me, they say, 'Sir.'" Everyone says "sir" to him. I mean, I guess you have to because he's the president, right? But I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say "sir." I'd say "ma'am." Can you imagine calling him "ma'am"? He'd hate that. Baby sweets. You know, the luxury life of a bunny sitting inside of a giant bowl of hay. When I was a little kid, I said "hey" to my 6th grade teacher, and she went, "Hay is for horses." And everybody laughed at me. And that's why I'm doing this now, because I never recovered. Baba. Good. You did so good. Whoa. Hi, baby. I know you have a good time. Are you friends with the capybaras? How do you feel about the capybaras? You guys chit-chat together? Okay. Oh, look at that. Wow. On the same platform. They're platforming the bunny. I don't pay my health care bills, because I identify as Canadian. Healthcare is free in Canada, but then you have to live in Canada. So that's kind of the trade-off, right? It's kind of a wash at that point. You ever notice how all of our natural threats in life have been replaced by much worse unnatural ones, right? Back in the day, our biggest threats were like bears and quicksand and lightning and storms. Now our biggest threats are like AI robots drinking all the water to turn us into Nazis against our will. So it's kind of like, is it worth it? I mean, is it worth it to have everything we have? But, you know, now we're trading all of our tangible things for non-fungible tokens and Bitcoin. No, NFTs didn't work. You worked. They say an effective form of protest is if you don't like the company, you should boycott their products. Yeah, that's why I've decided not to buy that C-63 Tomahawk missile from Lockheed Martin. I'm taking my $30 million elsewhere. I'm not buying the Tomahawk missile anymore. When did politics just become the lesser evil? When did it change from the better good? Remember when we used to debate which politician was better? Now it's like, well, it's not confirmed that he murdered the baby, right? Yeah, it's unbelievable. I saw the other day online people were arguing about which president was passing out during meetings more, Biden or Trump. That's where we're at. We're arguing over which president falls asleep during meetings more. That's the best we can do. I love your little webbied feet. So sweet. Everybody's worried about AI, or as I like to call it, Democrats. Democrats. Okay. I'm going to do the good ones now because you've been so patient with me. This is my impression of someone hearing music in 2026. Oh, and this is humans? This is my impression of a couple arguing in 2026. Baby, it was a deep fake. I wasn't with her. I've never even met her. They were jealous of my band. You know, they kind of give us a treat every few years politically, where we got the first black president with Obama, and we're all supposed to be like, all right, amazing. All it proved was like, okay, cool. Also, black people can murder foreign children for no reason. So I guess we are completely equal in that sense, aren't we? Yeah, they give us a treat every few years with like a new first thing. But it always means things are going to get worse as well if they're pulling out the stops, you know? Like, I'm sure one day we're going to have like a gay Asian trans president. But at that point, that'll mean a nuclear bomb is coming down in 2 days. Right? Are you tired? Are you yawning? Are you already over it? It's not even worth the kale anymore. They're like, we don't even want the jokes aren't worth the food. Maybe it's because they like the leaf parts more.
They do prefer.
Yeah, we love the leaf parts. Frankly, we love the leaves. The stem, not so much. We don't like the stem. The leaf parts. Look, there's still some leaf parts left. But that's the question, folks. Is there enough leaf parts in life to make it worth eating the stem? No, I'm not doing it. Can you imagine if I ate it? It'd probably be fine. It's probably good for me. Remember when we were told as kids, like, cartoons made broccoli look bad? What was that about? Why did they try to tell us that, like, vegetables were bad? I like vegetables. But as a kid in the TV shows, they're like, ew, vegetables, gross. So that propaganda went into my elementary school. So I'm like, I don't like vegetables because Tommy from Rugrats doesn't like vegetables, and he gets all the hose. The government is like a money pig. It's like a pig that just eats money, doesn't think, it just eats piles of money, and politicians are like the wranglers for the pigs that point them into different directions of big piles of money. So that's kind of how we get stuff done. As long as there's a big pile of money in some sort of interest, the politician will push it towards it. So it's just up to us to make the more healthy alternative more profitable than the evil, right? That's the only way we're going to win, is if the good thing makes more money than the bad thing. So it's like, I don't know, you want to stop school shootings? Make children's lives more valuable than guns, which is kind of tough because the NRA has a lot of money. And, you know, there's a lot of money in bad things happening and tragedy and keeping people scared, which is such a bummer. You know, the more scared we are, the more they can take advantage of us and control us because we trade away our freedoms for security. And you know what they say, like that guy said years ago, if you're willing to trade freedom for security, you deserve neither. I believe that was John Morgan who said that right before the key got struck by lightning on his kite. They say flood the zone. That's how Trump gets away with doing his terrible things. There's 24 hours in the day. Just do 25 bad things every day. And we literally don't have enough time to keep up with the evil. But all we can kind of do is just focus on the good, right? I think that's the answer, right? Just spend our energy focusing on the good and try to tune out the bad. If you give attention to the evil, it can grow. I mean, that's kind of Trump's whole thing, right? It's like he thrives off of negativity, and the more we're mean to him, the stronger he gets. So, you know, if the tree falls in the woods and nobody's around, does it make noise? If nobody listens to him tell a terrible speech, does he still exist? Why is nobody looking at me? I sound ridiculous, I look ridiculous, just keep staring at me. We get power from energy. That makes no sense. We get power from energy. Big idea there. But yeah, you know, the whole idea is just give your energy to things that matter. Like capybaras. We had a great time. Right, Boom Boom? Right, Potato? Right? Oh, he shook his ears. You saw that? That means he liked it. Because I'm projecting what I believe onto nature. And that's kind of what we do. We just project our beliefs on things that happen around us to interpret the world. And that's how we've lived forever. I mean, it's not even called a capybara. We made that. Humans make the names. It's a thing. It's a living thing. All animals are the same, right? You ever notice how every living thing is just a different thing that makes noises we sometimes understand or don't understand? He got it. Oh, he's sleeping. Are you comfy, my darling? Will you love me? I just want you to love me forever. Please. How is it so chill? The most chill animals, I've seen it before. You're the third guy this week with a suit and a mask on to do political jokes. Jeez Louise. Were you at every audience I did this week? Good God. Aww. And that's the thing. When things don't give you love back, you just want to love it even more, especially when it's cute and beautiful, you know? You're just like, please feel the way I feel about you back. Please validate me the way I love you. And sometimes they do, I guess. But I don't know. I guess it depends on how much kale you have, right? That's kind of the lesson. The more green you have in life, the more capybaras will flock. And that's a metaphor for like other stuff. Okay, well, I had a good time with you. I love you so much. Please don't speak to anyone the way you speak with me, because what we have is special, and I love you. And you would do it for me too, right? Okay, I love you so much. Oh, and he doesn't like the stems. And that's, oh yeah, I forgot, he's the more skittish one. Baby, I'm just giving you a hug goodbye. This is the sequel to Wuthering Heights. I'm Margot Robbie. He's Jacob Elordi. Hi, Jacob Elordi. Timothy Chalamet said opera wasn't important. Yes, say it to this. Is ballet not important? Say it to this. Timothy Chalamet, a.k.a. SD Kid, the rapper from UK. Yeah, we love you. Marty Supreme, out of theaters. You cannot see it anymore. So don't even try, but you can probably steal it online. Steal it. That'll make him feel good. Oh, you think ballet and opera's bad? Go steal Marty Supreme. How about that? Right, Capsty? Captain Barra? Oh, that's his full legal name. Okay, well, I think that's about right. Good job. And the crowd goes asleep. How about that? Everybody loved it. Shake the ears, shake the ears. Tip your waitstaff. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Oh, sleep mode. He's going into sleep mode. And you're going into pensive mode. Looks like the CEO of Kale, I guess. I don't know. Cool. Well, tongs to meet ya. That's how far down the scale of comedy we've gone. Okay, we love you so much. Have a good night. Time isn't real. Nothing is real, except for love and except for capybaras. Capybaras. Okay. Thank you. Perfect. Well, thanks so much. I had a grand old time.